Evening, guys. Liverpool lose to Toulouse, but why? Let's talk about it. Evening, everybody, or good morning, or whatever. Yeah, it's midnight. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, joining me on this late show. I needed to do a show tonight. Just to talk some little, about the game, about the situation at Liverpool Football Club right now, everything going on. I put some tweets out today that got people a bit stirred. And so I thought I need to speak about it, a little bit of therapy to help me do that. I got alongside K-Mac. K-Mac, how you doing, man?
Big up, I'm all right. That was a shambles. And let's go.
It's a shambles.
I want to know about these tweets.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Jason Halpert's Klopp's plan B is to bring on two players and continue with plan A. I mean,
what? Yeah, he's right. It's bring on two players and don't change a thing.
It's not far off. Look, it was a shocking performance today. It was a shocking performance against Luton as well. And that's where, look, a lot of the time when Liverpool lose a game of football, the owners come in the neck for it all the time. And as I said, I'm not the biggest FSG fan at all. Yeah. But I watch football with my eyes, and there is an issue at the moment with Liverpool, system and tactic wise. And I think from an arrogance point of view as well, from the players, the players get away with a lot. The players are very arrogant. Klopp's very arrogant. The owners are very arrogant. The whole club's a bit arrogant at times for my liking. But before we get on to all that, I just want to talk about today's game. And came out, where did it go wrong? Because we beat this team 5-1 last week, 2 weeks back at Anfield. It was a very easy game. They were awful. And today, changed side again. But the 11 we put out, I would have said, should comfortably be good enough to get a result, get 3 points against this Toulouse side. Have only won 3 games all season, including us. So, where did it go wrong today, man? Where did it go wrong?
It's got to be attitude. It has to be attitude. And look, there's an element in the fact that you make 10 changes. Like if you make 10 changes in any team, you're really going to get a disrupted team, aren't you? Like there's too much. Like for me, I didn't think that game was for Ben Doak. I didn't think that game was for Ben Doak. I thought he could have been an impact sub. I thought you needed, if you're going to make that many changes, then you need to have an element of the team which is all played together a lot. So play all your best 3 strikers then, or play all your best 3 midfielders, or play all your best defenders. You know what I mean? Have one side of the game, one part of the team which is solid and have worked together, and then you can build off that. But when there's so much chopping and changing, like for me, like Ben Doak didn't offer anything in that game because he's in a team which is disjointed anyway. Like, you play Ben Doak at home, like, when you've got like all your other, best 10 players and then just him. You know what I mean? That helps a youngster into the game like that. And there's an element of like how many formations are we playing? Like, are we playing 4-3-3? Are we playing like 3-box-3? Or are we playing 3-4-3? Like, in the middle of the game, like, you have to watch the tactics, and they're just all over the place. Like, there's players everywhere. Like, at one time, there's like 2 defenders, like one left back that's like out of position on the left somewhere. Then you've got your right back on the left side of the midfield. Then you've got no DM because you've got 2 attacking midfielders. Then you've got all your strikers like all bunched in on each other. I'm like, it doesn't look very cohesive anymore. It used to be really simple. You knew what you were going to get. Like, you were going to get your left back, your right back bombing on. You got your 2 defenders that play the high line. You got your 3 midfielders that push up really high, and then you got your strikers, one in the middle who drop into like attacking midfield to make the space, and then you got your 2 wide wingers, inside forwards that would make the run in, get the goals, and those left back and right backs will create the goals. That's it. That was pretty much Liverpool like for 8 years. But now, I don't know this season. It looks very, very disjointed.
Yeah, it's mad, and I understand everyone in the chat as well. Big up everyone in the chat. I understand what everyone else in the chat is saying that we've started well this season. We're 3 points off top. We've lost a game. Everyone's sort of lost a game in the Premier League now. So, and I get that. We have started well points wise. There's no doubt about that. And everyone in chat's right about that. I've said it many times in my videos this week. I'm a happy Liverpool fan, positivity's here. I've even said Klopp's doing a good job at times, and that his substitutions have been good recently. But there's still traits to our game that I'm not happy with. I don't think we've played well all season, performance-wise. I think performances are a bit shocking at times. We go a goal down a lot in games, and we're always going down a goal down. We have firepower, so we can come back in games, but we should be controlling games of football more. We make too many mistakes that get punished, and that needs to change a little bit. If that changes, guys, we'd even have a better season. This is what I'm saying. I'm seeing traits of last season again. I'm seeing traits of last season in the last few games, even the games that we're winning. I've seen a few traits of what happened last season. Now, everyone on Twitter, especially Twitter, tonight is talking about the fact that this all comes from what we don't have a DM. We don't have a well-renowned DM.
We had one tonight.
We had one tonight, and look, that 11 that was put out tonight should be beaten Toulouse. I'm sorry, it just should be. That shouldn't be the excuse. I saw the excuse against Luton is that, if they had a better DM and a centre back, they would have won that game. That was down to the strikers missing chances, really. This DM position is going to be continuing for the whole year, ain't it? And look, like it or not, guys, we don't know this for a fact yet. We don't know this for a fact yet, but we don't know if Jurgen Klopp sees McAllister as a defensive midfielder. He played in the 8. Look, he played in the 8 again today, and he looked terrible. I put a tweet out today that got some people's backs up. I just said in my tweet today, I sort of said it in England, English people used to understand sarcasm, yeah? We used to be the kings of sarcasm, yeah? For some reason now, no one understands satire and sarcasm no more, yeah? So on Twitter today, I put out a tweet saying only Jurgen Klopp could make McAllister look like Henderson, right? It's satire and a bit of a joke, but if you actually think about it, guy, I'm going to ask everyone in chat, and I'll ask K-Mac as well. I'm going to ask everyone
Don't ask me.
I'm going to ask everyone right now. Is McAllister playing any better than Jordan Henderson last season? Does he look like Jordan Henderson right now? Are they playing quite similar? Is Klopp getting McAllister to play quite similar to the way Jordan Henderson used to play? You know, slowly, side to side, trying to stay back in a defensive role. Is there any difference? And it's a fact, though. No, John, you might be upset about it in the chat because you won't Klopp off. I get it, but John, that's a joke as well. It's all love.
That's sarcasm.
It's all jokes and sarcasm over here. But he does, don't he? You know, what is the difference between at the moment between McAllister and Hendo? And I mean that. What is the difference right now? There's no, when we got Henderson, everyone I know was happy when we bought big up John Moore anyway, you know it's all love. When we went and got McAllister in the summer, everyone was basically, oh, we're getting McAllister. What a baller, what a player. You know, we love McAllister. Look at what he did at the World Cup for Argentina in the winter. If that's the first signing we get through the door, it's a great signing. Are any of us actually happy with the way McAllister is right now? You know, I just don't. Playing him where he's playing him right now, and Harry's playing him, is exactly the same way Harry played Jordan Henderson.
The thing about it for me, mate, is you can't. I mean, can we really expect McAllister to just go from the 6 to the 8 and just switch like that? They literally just switch like that and just become like, you know, the Argentine number 8. Like, you can't expect McAllister to just suddenly turn into this amazing number 8 overnight because he's been played as a DM all season, and then oh no, Mark, yeah, you're playing as an 8 now, and then he just goes boom, I'm amazing. You've got to give him a couple of games. But what's going to happen? Like, he gets played as an 8 tonight. The next game, he's going to end up going back to the 6 again. Like, the guy can't. That's a difficult thing to do. That's a difficult thing to be asked to do. That game after game, like swap your position each game against different opposition. That's a difficult thing to do. And that's the thing that I keep on saying about Trent. Like, that's a difficult thing to do, to be able to be a right back for the last, 8 years, and then just suddenly become this inverted right back in midfield, like doing this other role which you've never really done your entire career, and now you're learning on the job. Like, you can't expect him to do that either. Like, and I don't know why he's being made to do that, because having that in the team, as well as all of the other stuff that's going on, the fact that we've got a completely new midfield, we're playing new defenders, we're playing forwards that we haven't played before, like all of that all changing at once. I just think it's too much. I just don't understand why we don't just go back to 4-3-3 and just use these players like they're made. You know what I mean?
It's a big change, and that's where
big change. And
I will give Klopp his credit. I'll give Klopp his credit, and credit due that he's worked this well so far with a new team. And I've been saying it all season. I'm not going big up Minerals in the chat. I don't want Klopp out. I'm just I think what we can do, right, guys, everyone in the chat right now, as a fan base, I think we're allowed to criticise and pinpoint issues in our team, even if it's going really well. There's still times where we can pinpoint stuff where we can be better. Now, we can't just sit here and go, everything's going swimmingly. We're doing this and that. There's going to be no issues, and we win nothing at the end of the season. We can have a go, pinpoint some things, ask why that's not going quite right without wanting the manager out. I don't want Klopp out. I think Klopp is good enough to just adjust certain things. Maybe if he stopped listening to Pep Linders, You know, he might, slap him about a little bit and tell him to go away, and Klopp just goes back to Klopp he was a few years ago. Then this Liverpool team might be doing a little, even better than they are now, guys. Just that we all want the best of Liverpool Football Club. I understand everyone's opinion, the owners, and I agree with you. But as I keep saying, there's no football team in this country apart from Man City that do everything in their power to win everything. Man City are the only club in this country that actually attempt to win everything and go out every summer to make sure they do. They always do enough. Arsenal don't do enough. Liverpool don't do enough. Man United don't do enough. All these clubs don't do enough.
We've never done enough.
They got money and they don't do enough with it. It's as simple as that. The
We know we haven't done enough. We know we haven't done enough because we didn't buy the DM.
Yeah, exactly. Arsenal didn't buy the striker. It goes on and on and on. All fan bases have got issues. With Endo,
I'll ask the chat this question. Can I ask the chat this question? Do you think we'd be playing any better if we had Fabinho as our DM this season, with McAllister and Sabolsai around him? Do you think we'd be completely different? Do you think we'd maybe be top of the table? Do you think we'd be not conceding goals? Do you think we'd be smashing more teams?
That's a good question.
If we'd have played Fabinho in midfield, in the DM position, and had McAllister on the left and Sabolsai on the right.
I wonder if Liverpool.
I 100% do.
I wonder if Liverpool would have actually sold him if we had Sabolsai and McAllister already in the door. I wonder if Liverpool. No, they got that offer. They said it was too good to turn down because they thought Fabinho was on the way out. But if they already had McAllister and Sabolsai already through,
they'd already spent the money. You mean?
Would they have let Fabinho go?
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
It's an interesting one.
I'm not sure. I think Fabinho's a natural DM.
Natural,
and he's a level above, Endo, obviously. So,
but not just that he's a natural DM. He's a DM that's worked under Klopp for years.
Yeah,
we've now got a DM that hasn't worked under Klopp for years, and he's also not a natural DM.
And he's not old, and he's too old to wait on either. When we've got Fabinho through the door, we could go, right, give him 6 months to a year, and then he's going to be fantastic once he learns Klopp's way. Can't do that, Wendo. He's 30. You can't do that. There's no time for that. It's a weird transfer. And I think Jurgen Klopp's going to live and die by this transfer. Like, what I mean by that is that Liverpool wanted Lavia in the summer. And I think way I look at it, and because I read
he's
everything.
Still injured, by the way.
Yeah, I read everything and I watch.
We wouldn't have had him.
And I watch everything with my own eyes, and I read all the articles and I put things together. Yeah, and by the look of it, Jurgen Klopp and George Smack wanted Lavia from Southampton as the DM to come in the summer. Billy Hogan wanted Casseres. So just what happened is Liverpool come to a dead pass on the Lavia transfer. Then they heard that Casseres was gettable, and they just decided to reject Chelsea's new transfer offer. So Liverpool came in with that bid. That was all on Billy Hogan. It had nothing to do with Jurgen Klopp. It had nothing to do with George Smack. George Smack didn't even know Billy Hogan was going to do that deal. That's why there was no medical setup. That's why there was no press setup or anything like that. Because if
Terms agreed
director
with the player.
If the sporting director was actually doing that job, he'd be talking to the player and the player's agent and getting things sorted before the bid went in. Jurgen Klopp and George Smack were working on the Lavia deal. That is why Lavia spoke to Liverpool. We agreed terms with Lavia, personal terms with Lavia, and all we had to do was do the transfer business. But Billy Hogan, who basically is in charge of Liverpool Football Club, guys, I know everyone points the fingers at John W. Henry, but the person in charge of Liverpool Football Club on a day-to-day basis is Billy Hogan. He's the CEO of our football club. This is the issue. So Billy Hogan went after Casseres. You can tell in Klopp's press conference, he weren't too happy about what was going on. He wanted Lavia because he felt like Casseres is a player that just wants to use a bigger team to another platform to get to his actual goal of playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona. So he wanted Lavia. He felt like he could mould and have as his player for years and years and years, and then get other young players around him. So Liverpool messed up, and that will mess up was between Billy Hogan going after Casado and the other two, George Smack and Jurgen Klopp, to be fair, were doing their job going after Lavia. So if anyone wants anyone to blame, it's Billy Hogan, man. Remember, when everyone blames FSG's got 27 members. You know, there's 27 members of that organisation. John W. Henry doesn't know what's going on.
You know,
Liverpool are a franchise to him. It's like I've always said this. It's Liverpool are like a franchise. They're like a McDonald's. Yeah, he owns the place, he owns it, but he employs other people to look after it. You know, and Billy Hogan is employed from FSG, one of the 27 members of that organisation, to run Liverpool Football Club because he's the CEO of our football club, and he's the one who messed up. He's the one who messed up, and now, so what happened then is Lavia got upset that we went for Casado and changed his mind. I can guarantee now Klopp and George Smack were probably pissed off about this because that's the player they want. Billy Hogan decided to go for Casado. So what happened then? He's like, no, we don't want to go. Southampton decided then to put the transfer value up to 60 million. Liverpool bid 60 million for him, but Lavia was so upset that he chose Chelsea for the project.
FSG wouldn't sanction the 58 or 59 million for Lavia. They thought that was too much. So
I think
it's a bit of a mixed match.
They're right as well. I think they're right.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, he only had one pro season in his career so far, and you're looking at a £60 million transfer for a young DM. So I think Liverpool right on the transfer front. But what that did, it left Liverpool a bit right. We haven't got a defensive midfielder right now. We need a defensive midfielder, and this is when Jurgen Klopp came in. So, guys, I'm not slagging anyone. This is where we've got to listen and take note. Jurgen Klopp came in and said, I've always wanted Wataru Endo. I've watched him for a long time. He wanted him 3 years ago, but FSG said he was 27 at the time and he's too old. That's not the age gap. That's not the age of player and profile we're looking for. Now, Wataru Endo was never on any of our profile data. All the data we do and scouting we do behind the scenes, guys, Wataru Endo was never on that data because he's not the player and profile we're looking for. But Jurgen Klopp really rates him, and so does George Smack. George Smack and Jurgen Klopp really rate him. They think he's a decent player. They found out he had a year left in his contract, and it was very, very easy to get. So FSG sanctioned the deal.
Still got ripped off.
Yeah, 20 million, man. So Jurgen Klopp had to convince FSG to sign him. So they went and signed him. So that's the story of our summer, guys. It's everyone's fault. It's everyone's fault. So when we keep always blaming the owners, yes, but it's Billy Hogan doing the Casado deal, messing up the Lavia deal for George Smack and Jurgen Klopp. Then we've got like a week or so left of the summer window. We tried to get Czech Decore, but Crystal Palace were not letting him go because we had a week left of the transfer window and they couldn't get a replacement in. So they will go ask for £80 million for Czech Decore. Stevie Wonder's not paying £80 million for Czech Decore. Come on. You know, it's just not going to happen. So they're not going to get ripped off. So they look around, and Jurgen Klopp went into the players he likes and George Smack liked. And that's why we end up with Taro Endo. It's as simple as that, guys. It's everyone there was at fault for the DM thing. All the other players we bought in midfield, I rate. Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai, great business by the football club, by Jurgen Klopp, by George Smack, and by Billy Hogan and the owners getting all that done in the scouting department. But they all messed up on the DM thing.
Can I just give the chat a bit of context about our ownership? Just because you were talking about it, because maybe a lot of people don't know that John W. Henry owns a 40% stake of the club. Like, our club is stake owned by a lot of owners. Werner owns 40%, so that's 80% between the two of them. And then you've got Mike Gordon, who owns 12. Then you've got LeBron James, who owns 2%, and then you've got Redbird Capital that own 6%, and that's 100% of the club. But it's owned by 5 people. Well, four people and one conglomerate in Redbird. And obviously Redbird own a few other clubs. I actually think Redbird own Toulouse, by the way, just as a funny. But I think they actually own Toulouse. You know what else that I think is a little bit concerning?
Oh.
Do you think Klopp can work with attacking midfielders? Because we've signed 2 very good attacking midfielders, and it looks like over the space of the last 11 games, they've actually declined in attacking, if that makes sense. Like less creativity, less shooting, less running forward.
I've noticed that as well.
It's weird.
And I think it's the balance of the team as well right now. I've said this for a while. The balance in our 11, I think everyone in the chat can agree with this. Our balance in our 11 is off at the moment because of the left back scenario, because of the DM scenario, and shorthorning players in certain areas. I still think in playing Trent inverted unbalances our team at times, gives us a bit of unbalance, especially
we don't need an extra man in there.
No, especially in the defensive side of the game, because it gives you that natural unbalance on that right hand side. So we're an unbalanced sort of team at the moment. And I keep saying this, and I say it again. It was proof again today. I think people might not like this, but people on Twitter are actually starting to say this as well. And when people on Twitter are starting to say it, you know it might be true. Dominic Szoboszlai works best when Curtis Jones is in midfield. Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai, I think, have quite a nice little partnership in midfield and have a nice balance to our midfield. You know, I think eventually when we get a real proper DM, I think Gravenberch and Szoboszlai could be that partnership eventually, because you'd have a solid DM behind them. Because we haven't got that right now, I think Curtis Jones.
Sorry.
I think Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai came back. They give us that better balance, and it goes to show Szoboszlai's performances have dropped when Curtis Jones is not in that midfield.
You're right, and that's mainly because they know that they can trust him to stay and to keep hold of the ball, and he is strong. Like, he wins a lot of duels, by the way, and his passing is just, I think he's got 94% pass completion this season. So, you know, it sticks to him, it goes to another player. And the biggest thing about it is, guess what? He's played under Klopp in midfield. Like, that's not a coincidence that probably our best midfielder is the guy that's played for Klopp before in midfield. So he knows exactly what to do in his team. Just seems like a lot of players are still trying to find things out. And isn't that what pre-season was for?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Curtis does a great job there.
Yeah.
It like people always say, "Oh, look what Gravenberch does," and you tell me what Curtis does, and that's a fair point. Like, I'm not saying Curtis Jones is a better footballer than Gravenberch, because I don't believe he is, but it's about balance, guys. It's about finding the best balance for your football team. You know, you put your best 11 out there with the best balance to go and win a game of football. And our best balance has been with, at this moment in time, McAllister, Curtis, and Szoboszlai in our midfield. Now, it still has issues because McAllister shouldn't be playing the 6. But I think that's what we get the best. If we want to get the best out of Szoboszlai, because what do we want Szoboszlai to be, people? You know, I remember when we bought Szoboszlai, everyone was like happy because he's more of that goal scoring midfielder.
10 goals, 10 assists.
You know, that can create and stuff like that. But if he's playing the way he's playing right now in the system he's playing in, he's not going to be a goal scoring midfielder, because he has to be box to box because he has to defend because Trent goes inverted and he plays on the right hand side. So he has to make sure he's covering defensively if Trent's going inverted. And then attacking, he has to go and try and link up with Mo Salah on that right hand side and get into them spaces. So it's a lot of work that Szoboszlai's got to go through in a 90-minute game. So if you're doing that, you're not going to get the goal scoring Szoboszlai that everyone hoped they were going to get. He'll still get goals because he's a quality footballer, but he might not get the goals everyone wanted, and you might not see that Szoboszlai. You may never see that McAllister in a Liverpool shirt like you saw at Brighton in for Argentina, because Klopp might just want him to play a little bit more restricted, i.e., like he used to do with Gini Wijnaldum. But I keep saying, as long as we're successful, I don't really care. But the fan base get upset. Why isn't this player doing that when he was at that team? Why is he doing it? That might be the reason, guys. But, this DM position, I think Klopp and Big George are going to have to live and die by the situation of getting Endo in. And Billy Hogan is going to live and die by the fact that he tried to waste his time going for Casado when he didn't talk to the player first. If he was going to go for him, he should have talked to the sporting director who actually could have done something about it. But they're going to live and die by them result, But apart from that, performances, guys, away from home have been poor. And what's the reason, K-Mac, do you reckon, behind our away performances this season?
Just a thing on Curtis Jones as well. He's not back till after the internationals now.
Yeah.
So he's been ruled out for the Brentford game. And I also wanted to say, amazing. It's amazing that Diaz has got his dad back now as well. That's fantastic news.
Yeah, beautiful.
That got announced just before the game, which probably shouldn't have played Diaz for that game, if I'm honest. After him finding that out, I think maybe the emotion probably didn't help him. I feel like away, we're a different team. Like we go too narrow. We're a bit passive. It feels like some of these lower clubs, we seem to get a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the atmosphere because it's quite hostile, because they're quite raucous. Kind of maybe catches us by surprise, or we give them a bit too much respect. Like, I don't see why we should be anything different from home to away against these teams. Like, if we're tonking them 5-1 at home, we're tonking them 5-1 away. Sorry. Like, they're not that good. Like, can you name any of the players?
Only that striker.
Can you name any of the Luton players apart from
the striker that Toulouse scored tonight and scored at Anfield? He's watch out for him, because I think Liverpool might be interested in him.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that.
I think Liverpool might be interested in. Klopp spoke about him. So, like he spoke about Darwin when we played Benfica. He might be looking at him, because I do think Klopp's getting a little bit frustrated with Darwin Núñez, because, Darwin, look, I know Kwanzaa scored today and it was ruled out. Not quite sure why, because the handball didn't come from the goal. It was a different phase of play. And plus it hit his shirt and then hit his chest and hit his arm.
I don't even think those rules.
Darwin had the chance to score that first.
Mate. Huh? I actually think they broke their own rules.
They did, because it's Liverpool. They're allowed to break the rules when it's Liverpool. But did everyone see, before Kwanzaa scored, actually, Darwin fluffed it?
I know. 4
yards out, completely miskicked it.
And it ended up going to him.
I think the players have been... we've got to talk about the players as well. They got to pick themselves out, because I do think the team that you put out tonight should be getting a result against Toulouse, yeah? They're good enough. I've seen these players play. There's a bit of arrogance coming into their game, in my opinion, K-Mac, and I'm not quite sure why. We won no grand tackles today. We weren't strong. We weren't getting stuck in, and that's an issue as well. And you can't. He took Endo off. I actually thought
some of his stats.
I actually thought I know Endo did nothing in the first half, yeah, and was lucky to stay on the pitch. But I actually think we were worse when he came off. Madly.
Can I give you some stats on Endo today?
Yeah, go on.
So he played 45 minutes. He had 35 touches, 30 out of 31 accurate passes, so 97% solid. One long ball, no shots on target, no shots blocked. So he wasn't really in our own penalty area. 5 ground duels, none won. How do you not win any ground duels? Are you slipping past the ball? And he won 2 of his aerial duels. He's quite good in the air. Like he is just
he's good in the air for a little fella.
Suspectedly good at the air. He lost possession twice in dangerous areas, and he fouled 3 times. And he had 1 clearance, and he should have got 2 yellow cards.
Yeah, he should have. I don't mind fouling so much because sort of want your DM to do that a little bit, don't you? But that was his worst.
When did stamping on a player's foot like accidentally get you a yellow card? I remember that used to not be a yellow card.
I mean, Rashford got red carded yesterday.
It's a weird one, isn't it? When did that suddenly become really bad? Like that used to happen all the time. It's foot-to-foot contact.
I don't know if we see Endo again now. Big up Redbird. Okay, Matt, keep my name a bit low. Big up Redbird, much love, man.
You own 8% of the club, mate. Sorry, 6%.
I don't know if we see Endo again now. And then I was talking about Saturday because I'm surprised Endo started because I was thinking, will Endo?
Yeah, you said that, didn't you?
You know, what's is he going to play on Saturday now? Because we've got a bit of a midfield issue for Saturday because there's Gravenberch could be fit. I mean, if Gravenberch is available, that'd be fine. You just go some mods like Endo and Gravenberch, don't you? But we got a problem against low blocks. And Toulouse played a low block again today, like a medium to low block. Brentford are going to play the same way as Toulouse did tonight, by the way. Why? Can someone in the chat answer me this as well as me and Matt, Matt talking about this? Why do Liverpool constantly play through the middle? All the time. Where's the width gone in our club, guys? Where's the width gone in our team? You know, I just want Klopp just to go. Let's just go back to the way it was. Let's go a bit more fluid. Let's play a little bit more fluid than we do now, because he does that, and we'll be fine, guys.
I know.
This is what irritates me about. We play so narrow. We've got wide footballers. We play with no width. You know, Joe Gomez is not going to give you width at left back. Trent is now inverted, so he's not going to give you any width at right back. You know, Salah goes wide, but then cuts inside. Luis Diaz starts wide, but then cuts inside. The midfielders all stay centrally. And whoever's the striker comes towards the ball. Where's the width gone?
We were never going to score today, by the way, with that front three. Like you got Diaz, you got Diaz, Gapco, and Bendo. Like Diaz cuts inside all the time. Gapco comes short, and Bendo is just an unknown quantity that he runs into people. Like I'm sorry, like he's a kid who should have probably been loaned out, if I'm honest. Like, and it's starting to look like that was a bad decision that we didn't loan him out. But and Trent and Robbo offered the width. And they're just not there now. Like actually, Gomez put 2 good crosses in today, by the way. He actually put 2 good crosses in. I actually think Gomez has probably been our best player. It's hard to not say that Gomez hasn't been our best player this season consistently.
Gomez,
I've not seen Gomez have a bad game really.
Since Gomez came in against Newcastle, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. Gomez has been solid,
and he's been played all over the place as well.
He's played centre back, left back, and right back,
and inverted, which is weird.
But Jamie's got it. Yeah, to beat low blocks, you need wingers that are direct and commit defenders, just like Grealish and Doko do. Doku. Is it Doku? Yeah, Doku do.
Thank you.
We have them. We have them. Like Salah and Diaz can take fullbacks on and get fouls and stuff like that. In fact, the problem is we don't play that way. We play through so much of the central area that when we finally give it a Salah or Diaz, they just got 3 men around them constantly. You know, because everything you can put a blanket over everyone.
It's ridiculous.
It's a mad way of playing. We're trying to play this total football thing. This is the thing that does me came out. We're trying to play this Dutch total football where you don't have positions, do you? Everyone can be versatile, pick up things all over the place, and pass from the back to the front. But we haven't got the players to play this Dutch way. We just haven't. The last team I saw play this ultimate Dutch way was Pep's Barcelona team. That was the most Johan Cruyff football you could wish for. I know Pep's Dutch, but it don't work. And we're going to persist on it, and I just don't like it. It's my own standpoint. Look,
we haven't won anything with it, by the way.
No, and I know
we've lost it.
Well, we lost 3 games playing Trent as an inside fullback. People will say it's been successful so far, and I suppose I'm not sure. I know everyone's going to go at me and go, "Look, Jamie, we're 3 points off the top of the league," and I get that. I've been saying it for a while now.
We're top of the Europa League as well, and all of
that. We are doing points wise. We're doing lovely, guys, but we can't sit here and say and pretend our performances have been good. There is issues with our performances. There is, even when we win the games. Sometimes winning the games, it's like a bit of luck, or or the players are just on fire that game. I think personally the best. Yeah, Alisson has to make far too many saves for my liking. Alisson Becker should not be making as many saves as he has to make in the Premier League every single week. We shouldn't be always going a goal behind every single week.
That's the 7th game. That's the 7th time in 13 games this season we've gone a goal behind in a game.
It's
that's really concerning. I mean, okay, I'll ask the chat this: if we win the Europa League, and the Premier League, and the FA Cup, and the league, like we literally do the quad, like the baby quad, playing this football, which is irritating, and we go a goal down, we maybe get a man sent off, we rely on Ali for worldies. You've got someone just plays out the skin in one game, like maybe Salah just has 80% of his games he's just a monster, but the rest of it is just horrible, and you're on the edge of your seat and you think you're going to lose and you're tearing your hair out. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with that football?
Yeah,
because that's the way it's going. That is the way it's going. I don't think it's going to get better.
It's mad because I understand. I'm sitting there thinking about it, look, we are 3rd in the league. I've said it many times this season. Liverpool are doing well so far, points wise. Performances are starting to worry me a little bit because if performances carry on, guys, results will be far harder to get. Performance levels keep going like they are at the moment, it will get harder to get 3 points constantly. But we've got so much quality. This is the thing I get irritated with, guys. Yeah, we've got so much quality in our team. People keep saying we're Liverpool and we should be better in this, and I agree. But we've got a lot of quality in our team. We should be controlling games of football a lot better than we do. That game Toulouse tonight, Liverpool should have just kept possession. Should have just kept the ball, kept possession, kept knocking it around, kept pushing Toulouse back constantly all the time, and just keep the ball moving, keep possession constantly for 90 minutes. Eventually, you'll ground Toulouse out and you'll get your goal you need. You didn't have to go down the road we did today. We play so narrow when we've got good wide footballers that can, do that job. it's confusing. It's
Can I give you some
confusing me
stats about
because
today as well?
go on.
Oh, hang on. I just had them up 2 secs. Okay, so where's that stat which is really, really interesting? Sorry, mate. I had it, and then my phone's gone. No, go on, carry on talking. Sorry.
All right.
I'll
Be it
find it.
honesty. Be it
Oh, no, I've got
honesty.
it. I've got it. Okay. So today okay. So today we had 19 shots. So we had quite a lot of shots today. 71% ball possession, and we had 4 on target. We had 8 off target, and we had 7 blocked. And this is the interesting stat. We have a lot of shots blocked. Now, this goes back to when we had Brendan Rodgers. We used to have a lot of shots inside the box, and they were blocked all the time. And then when we moved to Klopp, we started scoring more goals from less shots, because what he was doing is he was getting the players to take the shots when they were the right shots to take, instead of just having a whack and there always being a player in the way. And this seems to be something that's creeping into our games now, is we're having loads of shots. We're having loads of shots over, or not even on goal. But then when we are having shots, they're getting blocked all the time, which means we're probably not getting in the correct positions to take the right shots. We had 12 free kicks today, mate. We did nothing with any of our free kicks. We used to be really good at free kicks. 21 throw-ins. We had loads of throw-ins on there, in their half. This is the one which blew my mind. Okay. Possession lost 138 times today.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's not a Liverpool thing. And
that's an issue.
And we only won 40% of our duels today. Yeah, that's really weren't good. In those areas, it's an interesting one.
Yeah,
30 crosses we put in, 10 were completed as well.
We have no one in the box of crosses.
Yeah, it's just you're just chucking the ball in for no reason.
I've noticed that lately. When we get into wide areas, we put crosses in. We never have anyone in the box. We don't flood the box like we used to. Liverpool used to be excellent at flooding the box. That's why Liverpool used to score so many goals. A lot, because we flood the box. We barely flood the box anymore. I barely gets in the box. Curtis Jones barely gets in the box. They're always looking for pullbacks to the edge of the box and stuff like that. We don't. We got people that can cross a very good ball. We should be getting more people in the box and flooding that area. Be it honesty, he says 11 games, 1 loss, 2 draws in the Prem. Europa 3 wins, 1 loss, and we're in the next round of the Carabao Cup. Of people complaining, remember last season. No, I agree with you, honestly. That's why I'm saying I'm confused by it all.
Yeah, I agree as well.
We agree with you, man. It's just the performance side of things. These last 2 games, the performances look like last season. The Luton game and today's game, them performances did look like last season. So what I'm trying to say is there's a tendency in our system to still play like last season, but just with better players. And that's why I'm saying that may be a little bit of an issue. But we're going to win a lot of games this season because we've got quality footballers. You can't always keep Darwin, Salah, Jota, Gakpo, and and Diaz quiet. Szoboszlai's going to come up with something. Gravenberch is going to come up with something. Even Curtis Jones is very capable of coming up with something. So you're not going to keep all these players quiet constantly. So Liverpool go and win games of football. I'm just saying that I think we could be even better, honestly. That's what I'm saying, my man. I think we could even be better. So if our performances improved just a tiny fraction, I think we can even be better than what we are right now. In fact, I think if our performances improved, we could be top of the Premier League. right now.
Easily,
in my opinion.
I think so. I don't think there's anything that's really out there that's like taking it by storm.
No.
Do you think that Nunes should have started today just to get that off his back? The fact that he missed that chance.
Yeah,
I
it's
just felt
weird.
that was a real opportunity for him to just like, you know what, I'm back in the team now. Let's do it. I'll show you what I do.
Yeah, because I don't think Darwin's going to start against Brentford.
Just chucking him on when it's like, what was it, 3-1? Put him on.
Yeah, I just.
Cheers for that, boss.
Yeah, Gakpo. We're going to talk about Gakpo in a minute, but Darwin, yeah, it was a bit. I mean, then he did come on and he fluffed his lines, but I don't know.
I mean, it might have been an assist.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like that Salah one.
Does he start? I don't know
I
if he
still
starts
can't
against
believe
Brentford.
that was disallowed, by the way. But it does paper over the cracks.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just I don't know. Being up, Mike says my biggest issue, Jamie, is that we're not signing the 6 because of Stefan Bacetich, an unproven 19-year-old, delaying our future for that. Laugh out loud. We need Max Urbry desperately. Yeah, look. So there was reports obviously coming out yesterday that Liverpool don't want to block the first team route for Stefan Bacetich, which makes no sense to me because we were trying to buy Lavia, who's the same age as would have blocked him because he would have to play because he was like a 50-60 million pound footballer. So it would have blocked him. You know, it makes no sense if we're after Andre. I don't personally think Liverpool saw Andre as the number 6. I think that's more the fans.
Yeah, he was grabbing
Birch on the left-hand side of the midfield. You know, that's where.
Birch, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's why we went and got Gravenberch. So I don't get it. I think it's PR, probably. Mike, to be fair, I think it's probably PR.
I would have concerns about Stefan because I think he's going to have he's going to have maybe the same problems as Kate Gordon because he's still growing.
Yeah, he's got
growing problems.
Stefan could be 6'3", 6'4". You know, he could be a tall lad. So yeah, I think
he's only just turned 18, hasn't he? He's just 18.
Yeah, I think his injuries are. I think Klopp even said that his injuries are growing related.
Yeah,
it's growth related. Same Stevie G, by the way.
That's a worry, by the way.
Stevie G had a bad back for a long time when he was younger because of growing pains.
That stopped Stevie for a few years.
Big up Rishi. Even Everton and Brighton games were not that good yet. All away from home as well. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. It's that the way we play away from home. I'm not worried about our home form, to be fair. The way we play at home because we get the games won. It's the way we're playing away from home right now. You're right. The Everton game weren't that great performance. The Brighton game weren't a good performance at all either.
Shimmercast had a stinker at Everton. Shimmercast had a stinker at Everton.
The away game to Lask in the first game of the Europa League weren't tremendous.
We had to bring Salah on.
Yeah, so there is definitely a thing with our away form. Let's just do that, guys. Let's go on that. It's our away form performances this season. I'll give you the Anfield stuff. We'll get the games won at Anfield. I'm pretty confident against anyone we play at Anfield, even if we played Man City, to be honest. I think there's a different buzz about Liverpool. But it's our away form. So I'll scrap everything I said at the beginning about form completely. Let's just talk about away form because that, for me, is the difference. I wanted to start Darwin so Gakpo could play versus Brentford in the false 9. Yeah, let's talk about this because Gakpo came in today. I think Colin said it. I'll be up to Colin who's talking about Gakpo as well. Are you doing well, Gakpo? Colin? Are you doing well, Gakpo? Are you doing well, Colin? What's happened to Gakpo this season? We got him in January, breath of fresh air, came into the team. Klopp played in that false 9 position. And I think Gakpo was getting a lot of confidence because he knew he was going to play every week and he knew what position he was going to play every week in that false 9 position. We start this season and Gakpo's played central midfield, false 9, left wing, being left on the bench, coming in. Do you think Gakpo's going through a bit of a thing right now where he doesn't feel like he's got a place in the team right now?
think about Gakpo. He's playing well for Holland.
Yeah, but he knows where
He's
he
got
plays
good
for
international
Holland.
form.
Every time he plays for Holland, he knows his position. That's the thing.
I know. I don't know. Like, thing about Gakpo though is, I don't think Gakpo plays well with Jota. By the way, like I know they play well in pre-season, but I don't think that those two played well together. I'd like to see him on the left, but I'd like to see Jota on the left more. But he plays Diaz on the left. So there's two players that I'd like to see on the left, but then you got Klopp who plays Diaz all the time. I don't know. He's the type of guy that what he seems to score at the moment is bobbles. Anything that bobbles in the box, he seems to score. Like it comes off like all kinds of players, and he's always there to score. So I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't think I'd start him.
No,
He's not my
injuries are not.
starter. He's not my starter. Nunes is my starter.
And maybe that's the thing, because in January when Gakpo came in, I think he played every game pretty much.
Yeah.
And Klopp played him in that false nine role. And for Gakpo it worked, and for Liverpool it worked. And Gakpo looked good there.
Doesn't
and then
look
he
like
started
we're
this
playing false nine
season.
now.
He started this season midfield, left wing, striker.
It looks
on
like the
right.
false nine's more like a 9 now. Like it's a bit further up, isn't it?
It's. I'll tell you what, though. Here's one, because I think Gakpo would be. I think Gakpo would be fine. I
Me
think
too.
he'll get his form, and Gakpo would be fine. He's just going through a shitty spell at the moment because he's not. I think he's the one of the only players in our team at the moment that hasn't really nailed down a place. I think Jota's got a place. I think Darwin's got a place. I think Salah's got a place. Luis Diaz's got a place. I think Gakpo's looking at it and thinking, I really haven't got that. Where do I play? Where's my best position in this team? And I think he's going through that bit at the moment. But he'll get his consistency back. And I think once Gakpo starts going again, he'll be fine. So I ain't got no worries about it.
He's just come back from injury as well, by the way.
Yeah, so he's picked up injury and that. So yeah, I'm all right with Gakpo. But here's the thing. Does a Jurgen Klopp system at Liverpool actually really benefit if we play a false nine? Does it actually benefit the wider players playing a false nine?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I know we want to play Darwin. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's worked in the past, but with the formation we're playing now, no. No, because that's another man in the middle. That's another player in the middle of the park that you can throw a blanket over. I don't think it does. Like, I mean, even if you look at Jota's goal when he came on, he came in from the left, and then just dribbled on them.
Yeah, I've been saying this. For me, big up.
Like that goal's like a winger. He reminded me like a winger coming in.
Yeah, big up monsters, right? And that saying that he doesn't feel Jota's best on the left. I think Jota's best performances do. I think Jota's best performances do come on the left of our front three, yeah. But what it is, Jota doesn't play it like a winger. He plays it like he's got a free role. That's the way Jota plays it. So he comes deep and receives the ball. He can keep his width, and also you'll see Jota sometimes centrally where he can get his goals. But he's playing off the left. He plays off the left with freedom. Like he's got a free role. Where Diaz will play off the left and actually be a winger. Gakpo will play off the left and be an actual winger because that's what they are. But Jota will play there in that free role. That's why when him and Darwin play together, they always chase the same ball in the channel. You know, getting each other's way a little bit instead of letting Jota go for it and Darwin make him run into the box. You know, so I do like Jota on the left, and he can bring. He can dribble off the left. He's very good at dribbling and taking players on. It's easier for him to do it off the left, coming inside, like you said, than it is for him starting in the centre because he's got more players around him. It's harder for him to do. I like Jota off the left in that free role, personally.
Me too.
But then if you go do that, you probably need a Cody Gakpo playing centrally because Darwin are just getting in the way. So that's what I'm saying. There's little things that if we're evolving as a club, we need to start seeing that evidence. I just see it and think when we play 4-3-3, Trent as a fullback, left back as a fullback, play the three across the middle, Gakpo as a false nine, and Salah and Diaz on the wide areas, you'll have more space. And it's what Klopp likes. It's the system he likes. It's the setup he likes for his system. Because if you want to play counter pressing, the false nine can come on into that deeper midfield position and be like a number 10 and sit on the defensive midfielder. Then the other two midfielders can push up and press. So if you're playing counter pressing in the way Klopp wants to do it, it is better with a false nine than it is an out-and-out number 9. And that's why he talks about making Darwin Núñez a more defensive-minded striker in having to do that part of his game. Because he wants to play counter-pressing. So your striker needs to be able to play that role. That's why it suits Cody Gakpo playing there for us. But
that's why when we signed him, he looked like he just fitted straight in.
That's why he went straight into that false nine position.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something I think Jurgen's got to try and figure out on what he wants to do. If he wants to evolve this team and he wants Darwin as his striker, I'm all for it. But then you've got to play Darwin every week. If you want to do that, you've got to play Darwin every week because he has to learn the role. He can't be a bit part player learning the role for me. He has to sort of learn on the job almost. So it's an interesting one. But look, I think they will come good. I think Klopp will come good. I think the tactics will work eventually. It's just frustrating at the moment, and our away form is a bit of a worry. Other players that are a bit of a worry, Tsimikas. Tsimikas. Now, I think we're seeing why Robbo plays every week.
Can I just say something about that? I had this conversation with someone before. I'm not going to name them, and we talked about Tsimikas. Look, if I'm a player at Liverpool, yeah, I know that Klopp gives you a chance when you're given the chance. Yeah, he did it with Robbo and he did it with Trent because Klein was the right back and Moreno was the left back when Robbo and Trent were trying to break into the team. And those players got injured and they came in and replaced them for a certain amount of time. And they never left because they were brilliant. Robbo's 29 now and he's declining. And we all know he is. Tsimikas is still only 26. So he's got years ahead of him. He's supposed to be coming into his prime. This is the chance for Tsimikas to grab that role and make it his own. But I'm sorry, he just hasn't done it. And if you can't do that, are you ever going to be able to do that for me?
No, he's not.
Like Gomez comes in as right back. For me, I think he's grabbed the role. Like, I think he's better than Trent now, like in that role. I genuinely do, as a right back.
I think Gomez has been better at left back than Tsimikas.
So, yeah, I know, yeah. So Gomez is grabbing the opportunity. Like, you know what I mean? This is a really good chance. Like today, no tackles won, no crosses that went in to anyone today. Like, take your opportunity. Like, take your opportunities. And for me, he's not done it.
No,
sorry, I thought I'd just say
that. And he gets caught. He gets caught out so much as well.
My God,
he gets caught out. He's very weak. In the challenge, very weak. Where Robbo, look, the reason we like Robbo's a shithouse as well.
Yeah,
he's an utter shithouse. He always leaves something on a player, right? If he didn't play against us, I'd probably hate him. But because he plays for us, we love him, yeah. But he's a shithouse. Also, you can't match his energy. Tsimikas cannot match Robbo's energy. And he never will. And as I said, I think Joe Gomez, when he's played left back this season, has been better than Tsimikas at left back. But Tsimikas gives us more
cover.
Yeah, but Tsimikas gives us more natural width. I think personally, I think Klopp's seen enough, and I wouldn't be surprised if Gomez starts playing a lot of the games at left back now till Robbo's back, because Klopp can trust him. Like you were saying just there, Klopp will know if Gomez comes in and he's fully fit, he will give it a go, and Klopp can trust him. I don't think Klopp trusts his Simicast. That's why Simicast never plays much. But I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about you, came out, but seeing it now, he might look at Gomez and think, just going to play him left back now till Robbo's back.
Simicast has only played 5 games this season, and obviously Robbo's been out for a couple of games now, and he's give away 2 errors to goals already this season. That's the same as Trent, by the way. So he's on par with Trent, who for me has been awful this season as well. You really do have to. I mean, he does have to be looking at the likes of Gomez and Luke Chambers now for that position. Like if you're not getting a game against Luton away when you're the first choice left back in the team, and you're getting replaced by a guy who hasn't played in that position for 6 years, then you really do have to see the writing on the wall that my manager don't trust me. Like,
I'm definitely.
And then when he came on, he was awful. Like he was awful against Luton when he came on.
Yeah,
he got subbed today.
It's a shame. I like Simicast. He seems like a great guy, but yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't be surprised in the summer he left, and we look for a left back that can compete with Robbo.
I know this is funny, but it kind of feels like he got a new contract because he's Salah's mate, like Lovren was.
Yeah, I think
they are mates.
I think they protected his value a little bit so they can get a bit of money for him. That's why I do think he'll go in the summer. I think they'll look for another left back that can compete with Gomez, compete with Robbo, sorry. And then you have a more solid left back area there. Or they might like Luke Chambers. I'm not sure.
My worry there as well, mate, is are we going to do exactly the same thing as we've done with Keller, where we didn't sell him when his value was high, he has a shit season, and then we don't get any money for him? And we paid 12 million for him. If he has a crap season, we'll be lucky to get that back.
You're going on about Kelleher. That's where I was next guy come.
Yeah. I knew that. He's not
Kelleher,
good enough for me.
I was just about to say that. Is Kelleher good enough? Because I'm going to say it right now. I've not been impressed with Kelleher in any game he's played this season so far. I don't want to go at the young guy because he barely plays, and it's not fair to go at him like that because he barely plays because he's got Alisson Becker in front of him. But I can see him leaving in the summer as well. But I don't think the reason he stayed this year is because no club matched the market value that Liverpool got on his head.
Which was too high.
Yeah, I think it was 20 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was too high.
And no one wanted to pay 20 million for Kelleher.
We'd have got 15.
And maybe you see why now.
Yeah. The interesting thing
I'm referring to Adrian, don't get me wrong. I'd have Kelleher over Adrian every day of the week. I'd have Peter Luger over Adrian.
He's on really low wages,
yeah.
Keller. I think he's on about under 20 grand a week, by the way. He's on really low wages. The interesting thing about Peter Luger's being called up for the Olympic squad for Brazil. This guy is highly rated. Highly rated. He should be on number 2. I'm okay with having a 21-year-old as my number 2.
I think he might be in the summer, Like if they let Kelleher go in the summer, which I think Kelleher. Look, I actually think Kelleher will be a good goalkeeper if he goes somewhere and plays every week. I think that's part of Kelleher's problem, that he's a bit part player that comes in, he's got no confidence. He knows it doesn't matter how well he performs. He could have a world-class game. Alisson Becker's playing the next match. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't matter what Kelleher does in goal. He'll always have that season where he played the domestic cups and was the goalkeeper and won it and performed
scored
really
the
well.
penalty.
But in that season, Kelleher knew he was playing all the cup competitions. So he knew he was playing all the cup competitions. So he knew he was going to play. As long as Liverpool got to the final of them all, he was going to play in every single game. So it gave him a lot of confidence. The season after, he only played the League Cup and Alisson played the FA Cup. And then this season, he's playing Europa League. And
he won't be playing. He won't be playing anymore.
And I only think when we get to the last 16 and quarterfinals, I think you'll see Alisson Becker in goal.
Yeah.
I think you'll see Alisson Becker in goal. So Kelleher's confidence is going to take a bit of a dip. So you have to put that on it as well. But I just feel like if he's going to go in the summer, I think he might. It's unfortunate.
We've also got another good goalkeeper as well, who's the Poland under-21, Jaros. He played in the under-21 tournaments and he was really good. So we've got keepers. Like, I have no idea why we've still got Adrian. Like, just no idea. Like, that guy's earning 60k a week. Like, seriously?
Vibes.
Like, he's not even playing the under-21s for the under-21s. He's not even in that team. Like,
No.
Petaluga and Jaros and Keller are playing as the under-21 goalkeeper. Like, that's a man stealing a living there. Fair play to him.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
How many Liverpool players have we had stealing livings?
It's like Jamrock says as well. It's what for the goals you're blaming Kelleher for. It's not so much blame. It's presence.
It's presence.
It's that presence in goal, and I do think he takes a while to get down as well. You know, say he's down low, he takes, I think, his weak point. You know, and coming out for one-on-ones is his weak point as well. But as I said, he's got no confidence, and he's never going to really get it at Liverpool because Alisson Becker is always going to play. So, you know, that's why I say I think Kelleher will be a good goalkeeper for someone when he goes. I can see him playing for a low-level Premier League team, no doubt about it. He'll be their number one goalkeeper, and he will look really decent. He'll look really good and have a great career. I just don't think he can stay being Liverpool's number 2 for next season, the year after, and the year after, because he's never going to take Alisson's place. It's just never going to happen. But as I said, will Kelleher, if Liverpool get to the quarterfinals of this cup competition, will Kelleher stay in goal? Or will then Klopp look at it and think, right, we're in the European quarterfinal now?
It's important.
Alisson Becker's going to take the goalkeeping spot, ain't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just my opinion on him.
The presence thing really does make sense though, because if you're a striker and you come in and you're running towards goal and you've got Keller in goal or you've got Alisson Becker, what's Alisson Becker going to do to you? He's going to make you doubt you're going to be able to score past him because he's so good. Like, a lot of goals we've conceded with Keller in goal, they have been through him. Like, they haven't been in the corners or top bins. They've been like in the middle of the goal or at him. Like, for me, he's not good enough for me. Like, and it's not his fault. Like, we should have got rid of him. Like, you know, we loaned Nat Phillips out, and we might be able to sell Nat Phillips now because he's playing quite well for Celtic. But we should have got rid of. We should have got rid of him. We should have got like 20 million for him or 15. Like, could have happened. Another faux pas.
Yeah. And I like Kelleher as well. You know,
and his attitude might not be there because he might literally be like, "What's the point? Like, doesn't matter how well I play."
Basically, what we're saying is we rate Kelleher, but he's never going. He knows deep down, no matter how well he performs, he's never going to be Liverpool number 1 as long as Alisson Becker's at the football club. And if Alisson Becker left the football club tomorrow, Liverpool would replace him in the transfer market. I don't think they would go give Kelleher the number 1 jersey. I don't think he'd get promoted into that position. I think Kelleher knows that. So, you know, performances are going to be a little bit in and out from him. It's just the way he is because he's a number 2, barely plays. And that's why I think the longer...
Hasn't he played like less than 30 competitive games for us, and he's been with us for like 4 years? Is it 4 years now?
Yeah.
That's not enough. Right.
Yeah, and I'm not blaming him for any goals like today, guys. Really, I'm just talking.
I think Ali would have saved 2 today. I think Ali would have saved 2 of those goals.
Look, Ali's special, man. I mean, it's like we're talking about special goalkeepers there, but as I said, I like Kelleher. You can see his confidence is not the highest, and it's not his fault. He just knows it don't matter if he has a weldy. You know, he's sitting on the bench the next game. And if we do get to the quarterfinals of Europa League, I wouldn't be surprised if Alisson Becker comes into the team and takes over as the goalkeeper the rest of the way. Would anyone else be shocked by that? So if that's the case, and Kelleher's thinking that, his confidence is not going to be up there. It just ain't. Just that. That's my opinion, Roy. That's just my opinion. And I like the guy. But I think, he just needs I think a move of doing good because he'll be a great goalkeeper somewhere else. He's just never going to be Liverpool number 1. That's just the way it is. Guys, that's going to be it for me and came out. Look, we'll just...
we're not going all night.
Nah, Jesus. Yeah, that was just...
I think the first and third goal, Jamrock, I think Ali would have saved.
There you go.
Because I think the third goal, Ali would have actually blocked the ball. Like, it wouldn't have gone across to their man. Because remember, it deflected off Keller because he didn't come out quick enough. I also blame Trent for the third goal.
Also, I'm going to say, I don't know why goalkeepers are getting rested. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, guys, so that was my take on everything. So, when I am saying earlier on in the video about performances, as I said, it's the away performances that are worrying me this season. It's not the home performances. I think we'll have a good season still. I think we'll comfortably get in top 4. I think we could even win the Europa League. I really do. I think, as the competition goes on, I think the players' hunger to win it will be there as well. Because I do think at this moment in time, the players are still a bit peed off. They're not playing Champions League football, and they think this trophy is beneath them a little bit. And I think that's showing on the pitch. But if we get to a quarterfinals or a semi-finals, something like that, you'll see a total difference when you've got a trophy that you can possibly win, a European trophy. So, now, if we win a Europa League and get top 4 this season, we can even win the League Cup yet. We're in the quarterfinals for that. We've got a home draw against West Ham. We beat them. It's probably going to look like a Liverpool-Chelsea final. So, the possibility Liverpool can win 2 trophies this season and finish top 4 in the Champions League, which is a tremendous season. Really,
I think our players have been too spoilt, mate. All these fancy away legs to like all of these fancy teams all over Europe. I think they are spoiled. Yeah, and now they go to these lower teams. They're like, eh. Yeah, like they want it more. They want it more at their grounds. We need to want it more. That's the reason why they won today, because they just ran more and they just tackled more, and they just put more effort in. Like you can't win games without effort. It's never going to happen. We nearly got a draw though.
No. I mean,
I so wanted that header to be Gomez's as well.
Oh yeah,
nearly got 2.
The bar. I know,
he hit the bar, and then they own goal this one.
I'm going to say it right now. Gomez will score before the end of the season.
I might put a quid on him. I think he's like 100 to 1 in every game now or something.
Honestly, says I think we will end second place with a cup double. I mean, to do that, we just got to pick our away performances up. That's all I'm going to say.
I would take that all day long.
I think it's very possible. I think it's extremely possible. As I said, guys, I'm being positive with Jamie. More positive Jamie this season. If this happened last season, you're getting old Jamie who's ranting and raving and going ballistic. That's not happening this season. More positive, Jamie.
You've got more positive K-Mac as well.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm being more thoughtful with my ideas.
I'm not even shouting Klopp out. Like, okay.
No. So it's just our away performances need to pick up a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. Home performances, I don't care who we play at home. I think we can win every home game. I really do. Away performances, they'll have to pick up. They've not, although we're getting some results, you know, the performances have not been good enough. And then performances, if it carries on, we won't get them results away from home. We'll struggle, and that will be our catalyst this season, our away form.
We almost did a Liverpool today, though. Remember, like, we were absolute dog shit, didn't deserve anything, and they nearly scored an equaliser, and then it was ruled off by VAR. We did a Liverpool today.
Big up Red John. Yeah, big up Red John. You could be right with that as well, man. You could be right with that as well. But I would agree with that somewhat if I didn't see the Luton performance a few days before. Do you know what I mean? If I didn't see the Luton performance a few days before. It could be many things with our away performances. It could be the arrogance from the players. Tactics and systems not quite right for away games, but it's perfect for home games. So, yeah, look, guys, I'm still happy with this season. I'm still happy how everything's going right now. If we beat Brentford on Sunday, it carries on a beautiful start of the season. Then we've got League Cups and Europa League still to come. It's all good, guys. It's all good. But big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. And, yeah, good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate it, love. Don't forget, K-Mac, you know what to do. Go and subscribe to his channel. You know the good drill, guys.
Big up, everyone. Just flip over